Good morning, everyone. It is Tuesday, May 19th, 2020. I'm Keith Tebow. Thank you for joining us on FRCMedia live on Facebook this morning. Hopefully you're enjoying the beautiful sunshine that we have on this, I guess it's now mid-spring as we get closer to the end of May and early June. You know, we spent a lot of time talking about what's been happening in our local school systems. We focused a lot on the Fall River Public Schools, but as we know, there are other schools in the city of Fall River. And today we're going to focus a little bit on our vocational school, Diman Regional Vocational Technical High School. I am pleased to be joined this morning by Andrew Rebello. He's the Assistant Superintendent and Principal at Diman. Andrew, thank you for joining me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, Keith. Thank you for having me today to talk about incredibly important issues that are happening with our young people and, the potential generational impact, that this crisis potentially may have. So I appreciate the opportunity, Keith. Thank you.
You're welcome. And that's definitely an understatement on things that we've been having to deal with here in Fall River and across the country, COVID-19. So let me just ask you, it's been a good solid 2 months as students have been remotely working during the end of this school year, which is going to go right to the end of the year in June. Let me just ask you, when is Diman's official end and how are things been going in general?
Sure. Our schools are, we're going to be in session until June 19th. Seniors will end earlier, but it has been going good. And I am incredibly proud of the Diman community, our students, our families, our teachers, administrators, school board, and alumni. We've really risen to the challenge. And this started years ago when Diman made a commitment to technology and going to a one-to-one school district, technology device to student. So it made it a little easier for us, for our students. Our freshman students all had school-issued laptops. And when the news started coming out that there potentially may be school closures, this administration and Dr. Ferreira and the school board had a vision that, this may be longer. We may be at home longer than, we'd like. So we sent out a survey to our entire school community. Do you need a laptop? Do you need internet? And from there, our IT department did incredible work, pulling laptops from walls and all over the school to get every single student a laptop and make sure that they had internet at home. We purchased hotspot devices to connect our kids to the internet at home for the ones that needed it. Because at the end of the day, if every kid was not able to connect to a computer and the internet, we wouldn't be able to do what we do and the success that we've had. So this process started on March 17th, the first day of the closure. We continued with our learning, meaning that the students' curriculum, there was no lag time there. That very first day, they were continuing to learn exactly what they were in the classroom. And you saw a lot of other school districts that were teaching or just giving enrichment material, meaning that it was just previous learning that they were giving out and not grading. And because we were able to start on that very first day, March 17th, I believe Diman students are ahead of many because of that vision, because of that early targeted, immediate, targeted response to this crisis.
When you think of vocational schools, you think of the blending of academics and also what is considered shops and a lot of vocational activity and a lot of hands-on activity. Obviously, in comparison to other public schools like a Durfee and a Bishop Connolly, the way Diman works is you normally have a period of academics, which is a couple of weeks. Then you spend 2 weeks in a shop environment. How has that shop environment translated to remote learning?
Thank you, Keith. Yeah, you're never going to replicate hands-on, right? You're never going to be able to replicate that. However, our vocational teachers have done a tremendous job with creativity and innovation on the fly, right? I tell our teachers all the time, we're flying the plane while building it. There's no manual that says, hey, this is how you teach vocational education online, but they are doing an incredible job. And, there was an article in the Herald News recently that just highlighted that vocational piece. And what teachers are doing is, Manny Botello, our carpentry teacher, there's a house being built next to where he lives. He went to ask that contractor to see if he could partner with him so he could video himself doing some of the work. Kids are watching it. They're responding to it. They're critically thinking, answering questions and problem solving. culinary arts. They're asking to, make recipes and watch videos and then actually translate, to their current reality of how they can implement some of that work that they're doing and learning in their everyday lives. So it's actually benefited some students because of that vocational work, finding areas of their life where it's applicable. So the innovation and creativity of our teachers is unbelievable. And that's really what separates Diman, right? When you send your kid to Diman, is one, the safety aspect that, every single day we're sending out calls to kids to make sure they're okay, needs assessment surveys. But beyond that, it's the academic and vocational piece where we've had to get creative. We've had to learn on the fly. But again, our teachers rose to the challenge. And, that's the Diman difference right there.
Now, obviously, we have to wait for official word from the governor. Of course, the governor yesterday just unveiled his plans on reopening Massachusetts in different phases. We still don't know how it will look in September. What is Diman doing to, I guess, prepare for any eventuality?
Absolutely. And that's, conversations that we've already started to have. What does this look like? And right now, potentially across the nation, we're looking at a historic academic regression, right? So kids that, already had trouble prior to this that are having trouble now, or the gaps that are lost during this process compounded with a summer slide, right? The summer slide everyone always talks about could end up in a historic academic regression if not targeted and immediate with our responses. So what we're talking about is summer programming. We're talking about, MCAS got pushed back, the standardized test. So we're looking at supports for that. And teachers are already starting to think about curriculum for next year. How are we going to, adjust our curriculum so we hit everything that the kids missed while not letting them fall behind at all? So because we started on March 17th, Diman students are in a very good position. You're not going to hit every single piece of curriculum and objective that you wanted to this year, just based on the nature of online learning. However, the supports that we put in place, which one is going to start this summer for kids, they're going to have the option to, learn some of that material and catch up. And then those first 2 weeks in the summer, academically and vocationally, we're going to have some aggressive, immediate, vigorous response to that curriculum and that catch up. But those processes are already in place, coupled with what comes from the state as far as guidance and for districts as far as regaining on some of that learning. But that's something we're thinking about, something that we're already starting. So, it's definitely on our mind.
As we head toward the end of the academic year, a lot has been written about, a lot has been talked about in terms of seniors, the class of 2020, and what they have had to face during this time. Not the end of the year that we all wish that seniors would have, regardless of where they are, whether they are in high school or in college. What is Diman doing in terms of still celebrating graduates at Diman this year, and how are you going to make it special for them?
Absolutely. And our seniors truly exemplify the Diman strong spirit. They're a resilient group. They're gritty, and they're going to come out on the other side of this wiser and better because of it. But, I promised every single senior, they will not go unrecognized. Their accomplishments will not go unrecognized. So we purchased senior lawn signs, and we had over 50 teachers make home deliveries to give those seniors their lawn signs. We have another special surprise for them during senior textbook drop off and locker return. We have a drive-by drop off coming up soon for seniors. We have a surprise for them then. And then we also push back prom and graduation and our awards night and outstanding vocational student night to August. So we are hopeful that we'll be able to gather as a group and have an in-person event for all 4 of these ceremonies and celebrations, even if it's modified. So, we do have plan A, plan B, plan C in case we need to go virtual. But it is, our thought and our mission to make sure that we celebrate these kids as much as possible. So that's why we ended up moving back our ceremonies to try to hold that in person, because it's such a monumental life moment for them. So, we hope to be able to do that in August, early August, prom and graduation, and then again the awards night.
Yeah, I know with a lot of students, particularly in cities like Fall River and New Bedford, some of the gateway cities, high school graduation is a huge deal because there are a lot of families that parents or grandparents may not even completed their high school graduation. So, even though we're hearing that high school graduations are important across the country, and they are, sometimes there are some communities that have some little added significance that some people may not be aware of. And I think Fall River is one of those communities. Also, looking ahead, actually looking back in some ways, Diman has been able to give back to the community throughout this COVID-19 pandemic. I know that in a lot of the health care trades that are being taught at the high school, because students weren't there was really no need to utilize some of the PPE that was there. And the school made a generous donation to local healthcare centers, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. So again, good deeds should not fall victim to the constraints of this epidemic, right? And during this time, I think the Diman Strong spirit has been exemplified, right? We've seen it throughout, and our teachers stepped up, our students stepped up, our families stepped up. So when we heard that there was a need in the community, we feel that Diman is a part of this community. We have an obligation, to help this community in every way we can, not just its students. So when we heard that there was a need, we came together, teachers, administrators, and we collected all the PPE from different shops, different classrooms, and we donated that to our frontline heroes, our nurses, our hospitals, police departments from all of our communities. I'm incredibly proud of the work we did, and we were able to help. We had teachers in our drafting shop make face shields for our local communities, and some of this process is ongoing, that they're still making and donating some of those face shields. And then we have teachers stepping up too, making masks at home, and then we put it out to our families who needed masks, and we made home deliveries. We're delivering masks to home. So this process is ongoing, and we're from the start of this, I said, I promise we will be with you every step of the way. I don't know how long this is going to take or what the future holds, but the path forward is clear, and we're going to be with you every step of the way. And the commitment from teachers and this Diman community has just been extraordinary. So again, we're with our community every step of the way, and that won't stop.
Well, Andrew Rebello, the superintendent director and assistant superintendent and principal. I gave you a promotion there at Diman Regional Vocational Technical High School. That school has been around for over 50 years now, making an impact, and it continues to do so. I want to thank you for joining us today, and we'll catch up again very soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Keith. Thank you for the opportunity.
You're welcome. I want to thank you for watching on FRC Media. I want to thank you for joining us today and hearing out the great work that's being done at Diman Regional Vocational Technical High School here in Fall River. We also invite you to continue to visit our website, frmedia.org, for our latest coverage of COVID-19, as well as some other news and information that may be of importance to the city of Fall River. So for all of us here at FRC Media, I'm Keith Tebow. Have a great day, and we'll talk again soon.